Excellency Baba JAMA, and he's heading to Nigeria to be our envoy there. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, my brother.
I hope you're well.
I'm okay, alhamdulillah.
What was the last time you were in the studios?
I don't really remember. It's been a long time. I remember somewhere maybe around 2018 thereabout.
Okay.
And so that has been over 6 years now. So
That's a long time.
Very long time.
In between there's the closure and everything.
The closure,
yes.
All the problems that came your way.
Yeah.
But I was here just some few days before the closure, I think so. And then all the problems that came. But on other stations, we're all fighting to see that you are restored. So we are all happy you are restored now. It was a turbulent time.
Yes,
let's agree that the previous government, I don't want to, but it's sad that whenever MPP is in government, things like this happen. They will always be chasing their own shadows and be afraid of criticism and all those things.
Okay.
And so I think that is what drove them into behaving the way they did. Okay. And how can you come and close down a major station like this and other stations that they did? So, but we thank God that we are resetting the country. We hope that Radio Gold will also be reset and then you can grow from strength to strength.
Well, nice to see you again. But because you talk about the turbulent times of the MPP.
Yeah.
Now, for you, let's start with what your opinion is on how bad it was. And before we come to how you're trying to at least calm the situation and reset it as you.
You see, I want to refer to MPP as a party because they have a right to exist as a party.
Okay.
But I will refer to Akufo-Addo's MPP.
Okay.
And say that I think that Akufo-Addo was a mistake to this country.
A mistake?
A mistake. He took Ghana off the track. You understand? Because when you look at how Ghana started, this fourth republic, starting from Rawlings, and then you come to Kufuor. You understand? Kufuor's MPP, we all saw it. Do you understand? We all criticize him, but we wouldn't say it brought us that low. No. It did its best. It kept the country afloat.
Okay.
It did whatever it could do before it handed over to Atamels. So we wouldn't say that MPP was that bad under Kufuor. Do you understand? He did it. He stabilized the country. We all saw. There were some few infractions, especially when you go from a long rule of about 20 years of Rawlings, and all of a sudden there is a change, and thanks to Rawlings, he organized a transition that was admired by many, and then he took over. Of course, when he took over, he was not too sure of himself. So there were some few infractions in the beginning, arresting people on the tarmac and all those things. Those were things that he did to try to stabilize himself. You understand?
Yeah.
But in the long run, I think that he didn't do badly. He was able, when he got stabilized and saw that democracy has come to stay, nobody was chasing him to do a coup or whatever. I think that he stabilized and went on. And so finally, when he handed over to Professor Mills of blessed memory, he did his best. And then John Mahama, the president today, also came on board. And you see, I don't even want to go into those who believe in spiritualism when they say we have John Rawlings, John Kufuor, John Atamels, then we have a Akufo-Addo. So even by that, you guys were taken off the track. And of course, his performance has proven that he really took us off the track. That's why we have to reset. You know, when Kufuor left and Professor Amos came, I don't think that there was the clarion call was to reset.
Yeah.
No, it was to, improve upon whatever way. That's why when Kufuor, Professor Amos came, whatever Kufuor did, he tried to continue. Yeah. And even even situations where projects that were completed or initiated by Kufuor when he was going to launch them, he will invite Kufuor to come and do what? And be part of it and launch it together. Do you understand? Did you see anything like that in Kufuor's time?
No.
He will not even acknowledge John Mohammed's work or that of Professor Moss, even things that was started by John Mahama. He will not even acknowledge them. I remember when he came to power, the first project he opened was a project in my constituency then in Akwatia, where a town called Swabe. It was a library project that was started by one SKB Asante. Okay. And then...
Nana SKB.
Nana SKB. No, Nana. You see, there are two SKB Asantes.
Okay.
There's one Professor SKB Asante and there's one Nana SKB. He's also a professor. Right?
Yes, he's also a professor.
Yeah, but this one hails from Swabe.
Okay.
In the Chambua district.
Okay.
So when he started the project, and I remember we met at Kedi, Senior Secondary School, when he approached me and said, look, I've started this project. Can you get Frank to come and complete it? And truly, when I pushed for it, Get Frank took over the project. Finish it. But then he has done, let's say, about around 30-40%. Okay. Get Frank came and completed it and even added more. We had to even add a full generator to power the library and everything. When Akufo-Addo won, that was the first contract first project he came to inaugurate. Okay. Can you believe that they didn't even invite me as a former MP who everybody knows that I was the one who played a part in it, let alone even acknowledge the good work of the former president. So that was how we did. But all other governments, when they came, no matter how bad it is, they try to acknowledge some few that others did. And if you say you want to say, look, Nana Akufo-Addo's MPP's administration brought Ghana to the lowest ever.
Lowest ever?
Lowest ever. We've not seen this type of abysmal performance. And to quote the words of PNM, revered in PNM, he said that we will need about 45 years to bring Ghana's economy back to where it was when they took over. They virtually destroyed everything, every sector they touched. Starting from education, go to roads, go to health. Where didn't we see a mess? We saw a mess all around. So sometimes, if you don't hold yourself, you may say things that will seem like you are trying to do politics. That's why I try to separate MPP as a party from Nana Addo's MPP in government. Do you understand? There must be a distinction. You cannot put all the blame on the party, but you see, parties, at every time, a personality appears on a party. Okay. And once that personality comes, his personal character weighs on the party and the policies that they have. Do you understand? Okay. So you may have like when you look at Rawlings' style of administration when NDC was there was more of that kind of aggressiveness, openness, frank-warming. You understand? Then Professor Mills came, and then Professor came slowed the system down. Then he is father for much calmer, welcoming everybody, bringing everybody on board. Then that trajectory was followed by John Mahama. Yes. When he also continued with that kind of calm situation and all this. And then Akufo-Addo comes. And then that kind of flamboyance, we don't care attitude, you understand, dancing on platforms and saying we don't care, whatever. Look, Akufo-Addo was always ready to clear any mess created by any of his appointees.
Yeah.
That's why we saw people being cleared of the Australia thing, of a lot of corruption, that happened, and he will clear them. He doesn't care. And then, people have to see him. You have to pay 20,000 or so to even sit close to him. That kind of attitude. So his character as a person weighed. Dominated the MPP policy. That's why a lot of even MPPs towards don't agree with that lifestyle. And today we have his own vice president who is seeking to become president, begging Ghanaians to forgive them. They did it wrong. I have not seen any government come out of government and the presidential candidate who want to come and tell Ghanaians, we beg you. And this is something that has become like a character. Because everywhere they go, everybody is saying, look, you were bad. The vote that happened, if you Google, I predicted we will win 160 seats.
That was what you anticipated?
That's what I anticipated. But I didn't know Ghanaians were more angry than what I was seeing. Because as we were going around, I was going around, we went around the whole country. I was with the national chairman. We went to every place in this country. And then when you go, the anger, the way people respond, the way people speak, you go on radio, the calls that come, it really gave me some conviction that we are going to win this election, but win it massively. And that's why I was predicting around 160. But it ended up over 180. So I didn't even anticipate the anger of Ghanaians. And you see, unfortunately, they still think that Ghanaians are forgiving them. And that's what Ghanaians repeated in Akwatia. To let them know that we are still not forgiving you and we are so angry with your behavior. And everybody must understand that Akufo-Addo's government took us to the lowest that you can think of in the history of the whole country. Look, do you know that it is even worse than military governments, the Champons, the Kufu, it was worse in terms of how Ghanaians were being strangulated economically. When people could not make ends meet, when people's take-home were dropping them at junctions and was not taking them home.
You have to walk the rest of the
the distance home. So these were serious times. And Ghanaians were... You know what happened? There was one pastor who told me that he fears for this country if NDC does not win.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. He told me
ahead of the election.
Ahead of the election. In fact, about almost 1 year to the election.
That if NDC did not win the election.
Yes, if NDC did not win that election, he fears for the future of the country.
Did he explain why he felt?
And he told me to send that message to President Mahama. And I went and told him. I actually told him that this pastor said, if you don't stand firm and redeem this country, he fears for the future of this country. Anything can happen. And Ghanaians will not forgive you. I told him. Because the pastor says that he came to officiate a wedding at around Medina area. And he said, look, they are pastors and they are seeing how their people are suffering, can't make ends meet. The way businesses are collapsing due to the instability of the dollar. Once people cannot even take their children to school, even though we say school is free, it was even worse than being free. Because even the things that you have to buy was more than what you were paying, and all those things, and how people are really, really in dire need. So he said that. And a lot of people are just waiting for the election
so that they will make
so that they will take a decision. So people were decided already as to who they want to come. As far back as 1 year before the election, people were decided. But they were just playing the wait and see attitude. Let's wait. Let's see what will happen at the end of the elections. So as we got closer to the elections, I realize going around this country, I'm telling you, wherever you go, even MPP stronghold. That's why I was not surprised we won so many. You go to MPP stronghold, and NDC is organizing a program, and you see the crowd. And people will come and say, look, there was, I remember Menchia, there was a group of people who came on our stage and asked the national chairman, say, Omo, he should baptize them. They are left the MPP. Really? And it's on live. You know, it's on television, everything. And I think the videos are there in Menchia. And he said that, look, they were the people who made MPP who it is in Menchia. And it's not him alone. He came with even women. And there were many, and they're coming to work for NDC. So clearly the signs were written on the wall.
Okay.
And you understand? And then Bahumia's personality of running away from his own digitalization, economic matters, now running to digitalization and all those things. It tells you that this was a leader who didn't have the skill to even face his own problems. Yeah. Do you understand? Because you started as an economic guru. And in fact, that is what Akufo-Addo told us, that he's picking you as his vice president because of your economic intelligence and all those things. Now you come and now you are running away from the economy to digitalization and all those things. So clearly, they were missing it even before we got to the election. So when the election happened, like I said, I always say that Akufo-Addo, I didn't vote for him. And of course, as opposition, I wouldn't want to come and wish him well. That I'll go and do so that I will never come. But he disappointed me beyond my own imagination.
Even though you didn't expect
Even though I didn't expect him to fail the way he failed.
His failure surprised you?
He surprised me. He surprised me with the way he failed. He went too low. How can you have 130? You started at 161 or so.
Yeah, 169.
169. In your own time, you come down to 137, and then you go down to 88, and now even 87. That is the lowest any political leader can bring his party. And I thought that it was he nearly destroyed the MPP. And I know that with his performance, the MPP will need about 16 to 20 years to recover. And that's why I'm assuring you today that we'll be the first party to break the 8.
I tell you, very interesting. But and I'll come to that because of what the NDC pulled off in the last elections and the fact that you are somebody who is usually spoken of when matters of organization come up. But you talked about the MPP. You are a former deputy general secretary. You say that once you elect the personality, the personalities, the person's personality dominates the party.
Weighs on the party's policies.
But then how much blame should the party carry in the sense of what Akufo-Addo has done? Can we say, okay, because you people were, it was Akufo-Addo who did it, so we are forgiving you, go and pick another person. Next time, don't choose somebody like Akufo-Addo. How much blame should the MPP carry for what happened?
I will say that no matter how good the car is, if you have a bad driver, you run into a ditch.
Okay.
You understand? So, but once you run into a ditch, the car, the people inside may get injured, but the car itself will also suffer some damages.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
It depends on the situation. Sometimes the people will even injure more than the car, or the car will get damaged more. And you see, what has happened to the MPP is that both the persons and the car have mongreled in such a way that it will take a long time to straighten them up. So you can say that
the party itself has been,
of course, yes, because
all the people, the members too,
they have all been damaged. They are all damaged products. You understand? Because the car itself will need a long time to be repaired.
Okay.
Do you understand? The car's body is gone, the headlights, everything is gone. So, I mean, you need some time to put it back on the street. And that's why it will take them between 16 to 20 years to be able to come back on the street. Then also the personalities in it. You know, Akufo-Addo continued, Akufo-Addo's performance continued to smear on Bawumia. Do you understand? And so you cannot say that Brian Champon is also absolved of blame.
Okay.
Because he was part of the
He was a minister, yes.
He was a minister. You cannot say Duchum is absolved. He's also part of the ministry. Even Kennedy Japan cannot run away from blame because he was also part of the party and he was in parliament. Did we see him speak against? You know, sometimes the person I give a thumbs up is Apia Kubi and his group who were able to come out and say, look, at this point, let's get Kenofureta out. He's damaging our product. At least they were able to come out in a way.
And they paid for that.
And they paid for because, and you see, that is the problem because the nature of the leader, I mean, it's a bit vindictive, you know. So when you talk, you'll be dealt with. You will not go scot-free. It's not like you come to maybe NDC time when people speak, Atamus will say, oh, leave them. John Mahama will just push you aside and forget you. But in that era, you speak and you pay for it. You speak at your own peril, you know. So that's it. It is the character of the leader that really, really affected the vehicle. And so the vehicle called MPP. And so has made MPP as a vehicle itself now unattractive. Who want to go and buy an accident car that has mongrel beyond repairs? Then the owner will have to try to repair it and get it back on the street before it will be attractive to anybody. As it stands now, NDC has become more attractive. NDC, we've succeeded in rebranding ourselves. We've succeeded in coming out of all those. You know, they used to tell us that MPP has more lawyers than even NDC. Now everybody knows that we have more intellectuals than them. We have the professional forum. We have the lawyers forum. We have all those things. It shows that we are more, I mean, at least for the optics, we are more intellectually advantageous than them. Do you understand? Because they cannot even organize their lawyers into a good group. We have done that. Now, can you believe that even when we're in opposition, lawyers in Attorney General's office and all these things were attending our conferences? Yes. They were attending. They were not afraid to do that because it got to a point where nobody cares because the thing has really gone too bad. We now on our list of lawyers. Can you believe that we have more than 300 lawyers who are officially part of our group?
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. Officially part of the group. We just came back from our conference. Do you understand? So that is the level we're now. And we have senior lawyers. And we are lucky to have people like Chachuchukata, Lawyer Tonelita, Marietta, Uyelita. We have Betty Maud, our favorite auntie, and all those things. They are all part of our group. So at our last conference in Kumasi, we celebrated Chachu. We celebrated Chachu. We all knew that this is a luminary that must not die before we come to start celebrating him. We celebrated him.
And he's celebrating 50 years at the bar.
Of course, at the bar. And most of our judges today are his students or pass through his hands. Do you understand? So it shows that now NDC, we have succeeded in rebranding. From what they thought first were a revolutionary group and all these things, we succeeded in rebranding into an intellectual entity, which is now, and we now have the Pro Forum, bringing doctors, architects, engineers, whatever, bringing them together in a whole group. hundreds of them, led by the late Sam Piali, who of blessed memory. You understand? And they also came together as intellectual wing of the party, going out there, talking to everybody. And you see, you give a lot of credit to the leadership of the party because they allowed these groups to come up. Do you understand? You give to come up and form themselves. And then do you know that we have the green lawyers, the small young lawyers who also came out?
Green lawyers.
Green lawyers.
New
green NDC lawyers.
Young lawyers.
Yeah, young lawyers. Those who are
very young at the bar.
Who are below 1 and 2 to 3 years below that. They also have their groups. They also came up. So this is where we took our party to. The level of intellectualism that surprised our opponent.
And I'll come to that and how you think the party can ensure that this level of enthusiasm stays for at least the next 16 years that you're predicting.
That is the challenge we will have, but we'll come to that.
Mobilization, organization are things said to be your expertise.
That's right.
If somebody had handed MPP to you,
the level of experience we have in NDC, we can turn MPP into a winning machine with what we have as NDC. And I just read from one of the papers that Afenyo Makin says that they take inspiration from NDC's way of mobilization. Oh yes, it's one of the papers. Okay. If they bring the papers to me, I'll show you where he says he takes inspiration because they were shocked at our organizational capacity. They were shocked the way we went solo, going from 1 million more down to winning at 1.7 million. That definitely is not a small feat to achieve. Do you understand? And so yes, he says he takes inspiration from us. If you give us NDC, the way we've been able to bring NDC up, if you bring us MPP to manage, that's why our national chairman says that since their national chairman has announced that he's not well, he's adopting MPP. He will adopt MPP, and then you see today paper Punch Africa. This is Fenomaki speaking. We draw inspiration from NDC's past hard work to reclaim power.
Okay.
So let them give us the MPP. We take it as a wing.
That's
of
very high praise coming from somebody.
The minority leader. Okay. It tells you that in doing the assessment, they are really, really impressed, or maybe I say, use the word flabbergasted at the way NDC was able to rebrand, reorganize, and come out with the NDC as a winning machine. And today, I have one of the original communication officers in Kumasi saying that today, even if they organize a by-election in Bantama, NDC will win.
That's an interesting view that people have of your party now.
Yes.
That you are at an all-time high when it comes to mobilization.
Exactly.
But
you see, give credit to the leader we have.
Okay.
The president.
Okay.
John Dramani Mahama. Give credit to him. Because he has been our leader throughout this time.
Yeah.
And as I said, 8 years in opposition, he has been our leader. Even when he was not president candidate, he is the inspiration, he is the leader, and you see, as I said earlier, the character of a leader, dawns on the party and holds sway in terms of policies, in terms of direction, in terms of how you brand the party. And I think that his character has reflected well.
Okay.
And then you come to the leadership, starting from the chairman of the party, Esidun Katiao, and then Fifi Kwete, and we have people at the background like Julius Dabra and co, who really, really, really went into the boardroom together with us. We sat down, look at that. What do we do? Especially after the 2020 elections, when we knew we won. We knew we won, but they stole it from us after the 2020 election. So that really triggered a serious, sense of agency.
Yeah. Okay.
So we needed to come and sit down in the boardroom and say, look, how do we press the button? Press it here, press it here, press it here. How do we go on it? And that was how we were able to reorganize our party and come out with this massive victory. Because you see, we didn't want any challenge like what happened in 2020. We wanted to win convincingly so that nobody will come and say, oh, there's any controversy, that this thing. No. So you see, that's why even Baumia will have to throw in the towel that early. And I commend him for that. At least he saved a lot of people the anxiety and the headache, because they say a blow which is inevitably yours, earlier encountered, saves you from further embarrassment.
Ghana's Tier Robber High Commissioner to Nigeria, His Excellency Baba Jamal. Well, there's the interesting things that have happened since you won the elections, and you are from the Eastern region, and I guess you know him well, because one of the persons who was the face of that election,
That's right,
becomes defense minister. You lose him in a helicopter crash. I wonder how you felt about that, and how well did you know Omani, and how big a loss will he be?
Well, let me say that if you ask me how well I know him, the first time Omani came to party headquarters, I'm the one who received him.
Okay.
I was then Deputy General Secretary.
Oh.
I can even describe he was wearing a gray, suit.
Okay.
I met him at our reception. Then that time we were in Paloma.
Okay. Yes.
So,
yes, I recall.
So he came and I received him, and that was how our relationship started. Because that was the first time I saw him anyway. And it has been, because you see, we have been in the system all together. We were in the national executive. I've been in the national executives for almost over 2 decades. I have been I'm the longest serving National Executive Committee member.
Okay.
Because since I entered the National Executive in 2002, when I became the Deputy General Secretary, I've been on, because I was Deputy General Secretary for 8 years. I became MP. I was a representative from Parliament. I was on for then. I went back as Deputy Director for Legal. I'm still the Deputy Director for Legal until maybe in the next Congress. So I've been in since 2002 till today. So that's about 24 years. So, and I have worked with Omani closely, in terms of election matters. We have been always together, we have worked together, and all those things. So, if you say knowing him, I have known him very, very closely as a colleague in the NDC. And also I have known him to be, I don't need to tell you Omani is hardworking. I don't need to tell you that. I don't need to tell you that he pays attention to details. I don't need to tell you that. And in fact, all the 4 people from our side are people I've worked with very, very closely. Murtala, very closely. Mr. Samuel Sapon,
okay,
very, very closely. Very, very closely. When I say closely, we know, because how we won the Ashanti, we were part of the organization at the background. Do you understand? And then Limuna were part of the Muslim leaders who were tackling the Zongos. Because the Zongos, interestingly, do you know that put together all the Zongos in Ghana, they will give you 2 million to 2.5 million votes?
The votes from the Zongos?
Yes.
If you put them all together?
Put all them together, you have about 2.5 million votes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
And can make a lot of difference.
That's right. And they always make the difference anyway. Anytime MPP gets close to about 20% of the Zongos, they win elections. It happened in the Kufuor's time, and it happened even in Kufuor's time. Do you understand? Because they always have to come less than 15%. To be able to, so that anytime they get less than that, then by any time they cross up to 20, then
you are in trouble.
Then we are in trouble. But I don't think they will ever get there again, because looking at how they treated the Zongo. You remember they formed the Zongo and Inner Cities Ministry.
Yes.
And we had a Muslim who came and pretended he was crying on TV and said that they will redeem this country, they will redeem it. Ghana is in trouble. Now, not knowing he was trying to redeem himself. And then finally, he now said that this Zongo ministry will never die. They will never withdraw it. What happened? By the next year, they've taken it out. And so, and the way they treated Muslims and all those things, they look at the Hajj, how expensive it is and all those things. So I don't think that the Zongo people have now seen it. They've seen what the difference between the MPP and the NDC and the two parties, which of them make realistic, proposals and work towards it for them.
Okay.
Do you understand? Okay. Any major thing that has happened to Muslims in this country came during NDC time. Every major one. Start from the holidays that we got. That was one of the big things that happened to Islam in this country. When I was a small boy, Salah Day, my father will have to go to work. Akwatia, he has to go to work. Salah Day, sometimes we're writing exams. Muslim Salah Day. So Rawlings came and said, no, it can't happen. MPP opposed it then. I remember very well. They opposed it. I remember that was J.H. Mensah and Cole's time of blessed memory. Do you understand? But they insisted now they must have a holiday. So they gave us the holiday. Do you understand? Now, come to talk of Islamic unit, where Islamic education to be promoted. Who did it? It's NDC time. NDC time, we had the National Mosque, one of the second biggest in the whole of West Africa. NDC did it for us. Now NDC comes back and gives us another holiday for Muslims to balance the situation that we recognize the presence of Muslims. Let's also let them also enjoy what is rightful theirs. So when you look at all this, it is NDC that came and made sure that when we were doing schools under trace, I remember Professor Moss ensured that specifically when you go, each district was given 3. One must go to a Zongo community. He specifically did that. And there was a special additions to where the Zongos are many. So definitely the Muslim. Tell me one major thing that the MPP regime, starting from Kufuor, coming to Kufuor, tell me one that the major thing that they did for the Muslims. They formed the Zongo ministry and they have to withdraw it because they didn't see the need for it. Do you understand? They did Zongo Development Fund, and all what they were doing was AstroTurf. Is that what the Zongo need? I'm not saying AstroTurf is bad, but what we need today as Zongo people, as Muslim, is education. Because we all know that Zongo people are lacking in terms of education. That's why some of our Zongo character is, you see too much maybe violence, too much some crime in the Zongos. It's so because of lack of education. That's why we need to do more. And NDC has proven that they are the ones who always give them more. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Look at the scholarships that are being given to Muslims, balancing it, making sure that every Muslim had equal opportunity. So definitely, the Zongos have realized, Muslims in general in Ghana have realized that the party of choice for every Muslim is the NDC. They tried the MPP on 2 occasions, even. And you see the interesting thing. Let me tell you one interesting thing. NDC has never had a Muslim person on the ticket of NDC. Rawlings came. Rawlings had a car. Then later, Rawlings and Atamos. Atamos came. Atamos and John Mahama. Then John Mahama and Emisata. And then
Professor Nana
Jenopo comment. Go to the MPP. John Ajekum coming, he's with Aliyu, a Muslim. Nanadu comes and he's with Bawumia, a Muslim. So even those who are the Muslims, because of the character and nature of MPP and their policies, they are not able to help their own brothers. And this is a fact. Because of the nature of the MPP and their policies and the Akan nature of that, Akan nature and the tribalistic instincts of that party, even when you're a Muslim, you are just used as a trump card, but not really to make an impact on the Muslim community. And that's why the Muslim community have realized it now. And you have to realize that anytime they win with the Muslim vote, because when Aliyu came, you saw the Muslim Zongo vote jump to a record high. When Bawumia came, that was the tout. He was a Muslim, and he's a Alaji. He goes to Mecca, and he will be in Mecca and be sending pictures of him near the Kaaba and all those things. Yes, we know they are brothers, we know they are Muslims. But what is the impact of their Muslimship to what? To the development of Islam and Zongo people in Ghana. So that's the reality, and I don't want to mince words on that.
Okay.
It's a reality. Then MPP, maybe that's why I'm telling you that if they give MPP to us, we'll be able to change it. They will need to change the tribalistic nature of their party. They need to look at it. You see, when they lost, have you seen the commentary on Bawumia? Have you listened to some of the commentary?
Yeah.
They are now virtually rubbishing his Zongo nature, his Muslim. He didn't bring anything to them. He didn't have any effect on their vote. They are not rubbishing it. But no NDC man, even though we have never had a Muslim on the ticket, who rubbish the Zongo effect, who rubbish the need to make some impact in the Zongo, on the Muslim community. That's why I'm saying that all the major, let me put it this way, the major things that has really pushed Islam, pushed the Zongo people to the limelight, has always been through the NDC government. And that is a fact.
Well, a few other things. Okay, so you are from Akwatia.
Yes, I'm from Akwatia, but let me make it clear that I'm now in Nima.
You are from Akwatia, but you are now in
Nima.
Okay.
I'm now living...
You live mostly...
Living in Nima. You see, interestingly, people who know me know that I was born in Akwatia, that's clear. I spent some few years in Akwatia to do my elementary school.
Okay.
After that, my mom moved me to Nima to live with my uncle.
Okay.
Of blessed memory, Elijah Hamidu Stars. May Allah give him a good place to sleep. So I lived with him when I was just barely 13, 14 years. I was brought to Nima. I attended my secondary school in Nima, my CS4 in Nima, my university in Nima. I did in fact, I nearly married from Nima. It was just some bugger who came and snatched my wife, you know. That time, bugger, the buggers have the dollars, and so when they come and melt it, she came and snatched my wife. In fact, that lady I even introduced to my mother before that incident happened, and he took her away. So all my life, most of my life has been in Nima. Most of my life. Even when we won elections, I was still interfacing with Nima. Most of my good friends are from Nima.
Okay.
Do you understand? I was part of the initials of NDC in Nima. You know what took me to Akwatia? It's because
that was coming to how you ended up.
Yes, my good friend called Awal Jarakotoku, the late Awal Jarakotoku, may Allah have a place for him. He was my best friend. In fact, he was my best man at my wedding.
Okay.
I married in Nima.
Okay.
Well, he was my best, Nima Newtown. He was my best man at my marriage. That time, there was nothing like primaries.
Okay.
It was selection.
Oh, okay.
You remember? It was selection. So, he was interested in the Nima seat.
Okay.
So, he submitted his name for the Nima.
Okay.
And so I also said, then let me also go and try my luck in Nima, because in Akwatia.
Okay.
Do you understand? So I also submitted my name for Akwatia. Luckily, I got to see in Akwatia, but he was not. He didn't get it. That's how I ended up in Akwatia.
So you could have contested that constituency if not for him.
If not for him, I would have been there. I wouldn't know why should I go for Akwatia, which is a more difficult seat for NDC, when Nima, which is easier. Do you understand?
Okay.
But because of that, my friend, I had to make a decision to also, because already we both wanted to.
What makes Akwatia such a difficult terrain?
You see,
and you say it's difficult for the NDC, but in recent time, it looks like it's difficult for both parties. It's an unpredictable terrain. What happens?
Let me make it clear that Akwatia is politically aligned to MPP.
Politically?
Why do you say so? Politically, traditionally, and even, let me say, socially.
Okay.
Akwatia, the towns in Akwatia has one town called Wenchi. Achimwenchi is the second in command in terms of tradition to Chebi.
Oh.
It is the Osiewo of Chebi.
Okay.
And so it is the second in command.
So it's a strategic town for the Achims.
It's a strategic town for the Achims. It is the warrior wing. Should I say the warrior wing?
Okay.
That's what they call it. It's Osiewo.
Okay.
They're the warrior wing of the whole of Achimebuakwa.
Okay.
So when you are looking at the typical towns of the Buakwa Achim, which is, is MPP hub.
Mm-hmm.
You are talking about Chebi, you are talking about Akwatia, you are talking about Kade, you are talking about those areas.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? Now, it was my presence there. You see, when we started the election, the first MP was NDC, because that one, the MPP didn't contest.
The boycotted, yeah.
The second MP was Esiam.
Okay.
Esiam. Now, that time, Akwatia, because of the diamond boom,
mm-hmm.
a lot of northerners and whatever moved into Akwatia.
Okay.
So NDC became, more populous, in fact, because of the non-indigenous.
Okay.
Now, so when they came and we won 1996, 1996 afterwards, something happened. They said something that happened in Akwatia called Wawa. Some policemen came to Akwatia, 6 of them, and they came and were beaten by the town people.
Okay.
Beaten, and the lady, they even used sticks to. It was a bad incident.
Mm-hmm.
That was Peter Namfuri's time.
Okay.
So he mobilized a joint military and police and came and beat up the people in Akwatia, arrested more than 2,000 people and brought them to Accra. So in that process, most of the foreigners, or try to say foreigners in that, the non-indigens, left Akwatia.
Oh, okay.
Most of them left. Most of them. So, and those people were arrested when they left them, they didn't come back, and even some indigenous left Akwatia, because those who were the known faces left Akwatia. So it reduced the NDC strength.
Okay.
To, by maybe 50%.
Okay.
Because if you have one town, and all the indigenous were in Akwatia, but they were actually not in the villages, they were in the Akwatia town. Do you understand? So when they left, that was why in 2000 we lost.
Okay.
Because we lost by a small margin, thousands. So now the constituency the margin became very, very small.
Okay.
So in 2000 we lost by 1,600 or so, or 1,700. Then in 2004 we lost around 1,800, the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then in 2008, that was when that six police stations came in,
mm-hmm.
and we had that problem. And finally, that one we lost by 2,400 or so.
Okay.
Then in 2012, we won.
That was when you won.
That's when I won,
okay.
by 571 votes.
Okay.
So you see the difference.
So you always knew that this was a seat that.
That's right.
It was difficult to hold.
It was difficult to hold.
Okay.
And The interesting thing is that anytime there's confusion in any of the party, the other party will win. If MPP have confusion, NDC will win. If NDC have confusion, MPP will win. So when I won in 2012, in 2016 we had our internal problems.
Yeah.
Some people thought that I should have been giving them money, I should bring every money project, but I was thinking about the people. So when you go to Akwatia today, I have left my signature hard, massive there.
Okay.
If you talk about the district, Akwatia used to be under Kede. I was the person who forced to bring district to Akwatia. Now they call it Denchambo. I named the district Denchambo district.
Okay.
Because before they came, I had an FM station called Denchambo.
Okay.
So I just put it on the distance. Even their flag, I designed the flag.
I see.
Yes, in Akwatia. All the roads of Akwatia, I initiated them. When you go to the market, they call it Akwadum Market. I'm the initiator. The E-block in Takrasi, I'm the initiator. I brought that one. Talk about Akwatia is drinking water for 41 years. $165 million project. I brought it from Turkey. $165 million project. It affected Akwatia, Odan, and part of Winneba. Do you understand? I facilitated the entry of more than 100 people into the police service, more than 30 people into the military service. I facilitated it personally. If we talk about other works, national health insurance, whatever, I facilitated them. Go to every village. It is only my time that I was able to stand in public and say that there's no town in Akwatia that had more than 100 to 200 people who don't have any good source of drinking water. Because I drilled more than 42 boreholes in the various villages. There were areas that could not even access. The road were bad because of some rivers. Akwatia, we have a lot of rivers. We always say we have 99 rivers. And I have to construct the box bridges like this, 11 of them to connect communities.
Okay.
Adenchensu, Akekano, and Saddams and all that. I connected them. Every village, we had about close to 133,000 villages. There's no village that I didn't leave a signature there. The list is a borehole. I built schools in Amakrom, very, very difficult area. If I'm in Akwatia, I'm going to Amakrom, and you are in Akwatia, you're coming to Accra. You get to Accra and wash before I get there. Because of the bad nature of the road.
Okay.
I built a school there. I started a school in Sikane Asem. Toilets. When I came to become MP, Dr. Sari, the one I succeeded, has started 5 projects.
Okay.
Toilet in Apenamai, and all of them were at the stages of 40, 50 to the highest was, I think, Takrasi, which was around 70%. I went and completed every project. I didn't leave it to rot. I completed the toilet in Ejunasi. I completed the toilet in Apramai, in Topramai, in Takrasi, and the chief center in Kusi. I did all. So when those who went for this by-election, a lot of my friends, when I met them, would say that, Papa, how did you lose in Akwatia? Because every village, those who were posted, everybody goes there and the people will be asking, where's Baba? Do you understand? This time Baba did it. This time Baba did it. Their backgrounds, I did about 10 of them. Villages, 10, their backgrounds. Markets.
So because you speak proudly of your time as MP of a...
Yes.
So when they ask you that question, how did you lose?
How did you lose? It was because of internal wranglings.
Internal wranglings.
Like I said, Akwatia is more of MPP. I mean, let's face the fact, it's more of MPP than NDC.
Okay.
So when I won, there were some people who thought that I should have given them contracts, whatever. But maybe even though they didn't understand that I cannot fight. There are certain kinds, Akwatia, because of the mining. Today somebody's excavator is arrested here. Baba, go and collect it for me. I was called Galamsey MP
Because of
even
that.
though I didn't have one single land. One. I don't have one land. I remember when I was deputy minister in the Eastern Union, my name was popping up. People were saying that, hey, Baba, land is there. Baba, no, people were using my land. I caused the minister to convene a security meeting and told the policeman, please, I want you to go to all the lands. Whoever says that this land belongs to Baba Jama, please arrest him and bring him. They went and did their investigation. They came out with a report. No, I don't own even one piece of land. I've never done mining in my life. Even though my mother, my father all did mining. They were born on a mine. You know, I could tell all of us that apart from those small things that we do to survive, that one is normal in Akwatia. Every child growing up in Akwatia will go and get a diamond on the ground, come and sell, or buy and sell, you know, those things. But mining, as in the sense of mining, and interestingly, my whole family no miner.
Not a single one.
Not even a single one interested. My senior sister, okay, she lives her life in abroad. Yeah, she's in London, Reading. My second sister, Fatih, everybody knows her. She's not even been appointed assemblywoman in Akwatia. She does a trade. She sells this charcoal and all those things. You know, that's a business. I have the next sister who was a tailor, but unfortunately she passed. The one I come after. My mother gave birth to 11 children.
11.
11. I'm the 7th born.
Interesting.
So you know, my mother is half Fanti. She's a Fanti.
Okay.
And so my mother is Amason. And interestingly, I'm also Kofieson. That's my Fanti name. That's my traditional name, Kofieson. Okay. So, and then I come. My name is Baba Jamal. I don't do mining. But the one who come after me, he now even works with the MPA. The one who comes after him is a secondary school teacher for almost 15 years or so in Kade. The one who comes after him is a electrician. Our last born is a midwife.
I see.
None of us is doing mining. None of us. Even though both our father and our mother were miners.
I see.
Do you understand? So when they went and did the report, the police went and did their report and came. Finally, they came and said, no, there's no trace of me in any of this. I've never done mining.
I see. So very interesting. Because I think we need to bring this to a close. But a few things. One, if the NDC wants to maintain the Akwatia seat,
yes,
what do they need to do?
The first thing is that we must keep the internal unity.
Be united internally.
We have to be united internally. That's why I will urge the new MP to make sure he unites the fronts. You understand? Because any slightest crack,
the party is losing.
Problem. Do you understand? The MPP had their own problems. You know, when Amasi came on the floor and on the board, and when she won, the next election she also lost it because of internal problems. And so when Ernest took over, he lost because of internal cracks. And the difference is always very low. When NDC is winning, we win in very small margin. This is our highest win, 3,000 plus. They have ever won with 5,000. And the last time Okoyo won, he won with 1,157. Okay. I won with 571. So that's why I tell you that
the lean is more towards the
MPP. Lean more towards MPP. And so we need to keep our unity. Okay. Then when it comes to and then also we have to also serve the people. Okay. I always say that's what I did. I served the people. Do you understand? And so I decided, in fact, the very day I lost the election, I just told them that, look, I'm now, because you see, one of my problems when I went to Akwatia initially is that the people thought that they don't know me. I come from Nima. You get my problem. Okay. That was one of the interesting challenges. That's why I have to lose the first election. Secondly, it was part of my internal problems. In the beginning, people thought that they don't really know me from here. I've stayed all my life in Nima and Accra and all those things, you know. So it's natural. It comes up. You know, when I came back to Nima people do, I said, no, they don't know you. You are also from Akwatia, you know. So you have some of these problems that come.
So first, unity within the party. Secondly, serve the people. Okay.
I think that these are the two major things that will keep us cross the next line. Because if you serve the people, because now the vote that they give us show that the people have accepted NDC. Do you understand? Because this is the first time we are winning with 3,000 plus. But you see, it's a by-election. By-elections, dynamics of by-elections are different.
From when you go to
when you go to the normal elections where nobody will come, how will you get all the national chairman, everybody to come to your constituency for election? Will you get that? In a national election, will you get them? You even get the regional people coming to you because there are more constituencies. We are doing it at the same time. So you have your own fate in your own heart, in your own hands. So if you don't prove yourself, if you don't serve the people, you don't keep the unity, then it becomes difficult. But if you're able to prove yourself, then the people will be able to come along to help you. So my advice is that we keep the unity, we serve the people, and I can assure you that we'll be able to cross the line.
Now, you have a new assignment.
Yes.
You will now be our envoy to Nigeria.
Alhamdulillah.
Did you choose Nigeria or His Excellency offered you Nigeria?
The president decided.
That
of
you,
course.
okay.
The president decides. We are all players. The president is the coach. So he actually decided that I should go to Nigeria. Let me tell you that in the beginning, it was difficult for the reality to dawn on me. But finally, of course, the president knows why he's sending me there. So he decided that I should go. And I'm happy I'm now commissioned to go to Nigeria. Just go and do my best there.
It's a new terrain for you.
Very new terrain.
You've been in our politics for so long. This will require some level of...
Interestingly, at my own age, I've been in politics in Ghana for more than a quarter of a decade, a quarter of a century. More than 25 years in national politics. Since 1999. If I add my student leadership days, you know, I was the national NUC's president in Legon, I was the national coordinating secretary and all those things. If I add my student days, then maybe I'm getting 30 years or more. And so, like you said, we entered early. We had the opportunity early. Let me put that. We had the opportunity early. And we have done our best. We served to the best of our capacity. And I see this as a new challenge to go improve myself. Do you understand? Not because people should praise me, but because we have to serve Ghana and serve it well. Do you understand? Nigeria and Ghana are two big sister countries in West Africa. The two of them are the one who decides the face of West Africa. Ghana is highly, highly respected. Highly, highly. If you go with the little briefing that I've had and my experience in politics over the years, Ghana is highly respected. And the coming with John Mahama the second time and the way he's performing has even boosted that respect for our country. And that is why all of us going out there have a daunting task to ensure, we have a responsibility to ensure and to maintain that respect that other countries or the community of nations have for us. So even when I started this thing that we started and the interaction with some leaders and whatever, it's a completely new era.
Altogether.
A new experience altogether. Now your name has changed from Honorable to Excellency. People will be calling me Excellency. I'm not used to it. So when you say Excellency, I don't see it unless you say Honorable. Then I'll tell you. I'm yet to get used to the new. Then you are supposed to start dressing in a way. You are supposed to speak in a way. We're taking through orientation for a week, and you are supposed
You've been speaking this language for a long
time, and now you have to, your way of speaking has to change, the way you even cutlery usage and all those things. So it's a complete new experience. You're going to meet diplomats, and your language should change, your behavior should change, and all those things. So it's a new experience that I'm trying to settle in, and to know that I'm no more. I'm now representing all of us in a new country. And Nigeria is a very important country to our country because of the trade between us and also that alliance between the two countries. So anything that affects the Nigerians in Ghana has an effect in Nigeria. And that is that's going to be one of our major challenges.
Okay.
I mean, all the briefing I've received, that is one of our major challenge. We have a lot of Nigerians in Ghana, most of whom don't even have the required papers, and they are living in Ghana. They are doing business. They are because they are like us. They are entering into our local businesses where they don't even need to enter. You understand?
Yes.
I must say that there are Ghanaians also in Nigeria who may be doing the same thing, and so it is a back and front thing that we all need to be careful. Even recently we saw that Igbo thing that came up where they said some Igbo wanted to establish a kingdom in Ghana and all those things. But you see, those things, we need to be very careful about it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Whilst foreigners are welcome in Ghana, they have a right to stay in Ghana as long as they do the right things. We don't have a problem with Nigerians. They have been our allies for a long, even pre-colonial time. So there will be the need for us to be careful as to how we handle the relationship.
Okay.
If a Nigerian is doing his business here and he's doing a legitimate business, why should you worry about him?
Okay.
Do you understand? The same thing we have Ghanaians doing legitimate business in Nigeria. If a Ghanaian go to commit a crime in Nigeria, I will not support it. Do you understand? The same way if a Nigerian commits a crime here, I will not support it. Interestingly, in my years of practice, I have a lot of Nigerian clients. A lot of them have defended successfully. Very, very many people have defended successfully because sometimes the system is not fair to them and all those things. Do you understand? So I would now plead with Ghanaians. We should all not, there's this sad impression that Nigerians are criminals, Nigerians are aggressive. But you see, what I've come to realize, looking at the whole nature of Nigerians, is that, you see, Nigerians are smart and fast. Ghanaians are wise and slow.
Okay.
Do you understand? Nigerians are smart and fast. Nigerians can take risk. The type of risk Nigerians can take, Ghanaians cannot take. Nigerians are more business-minded. Do you understand? And so they want quick returns. Ghanaians take their time. They're slow. They want to ensure that the coast is clear.
Everything is in order.
Everything in order. We want that kind of serenity to be able to. So it is a fact about these two countries. Do you understand? And the only place we always beat them is jollof and football. That one, we will never give it to them. We always beat them in jollof and football. We will never give it to them. But we are virtually the same people. Do you understand? The same people in terms of culture, in terms of everything. If you look at even history, people are saying the Gans here immigrated from Ile-Ife or so, in Nigeria. They came to stay here. So we are virtually the same people. All what we need to do is to situate our relationship within the current developments, where there's free flow of people and goods across borders. It's not like first when today with the press of a button, millions of people will see what you are doing here with the press of a button. So all of us have to be careful. We handle matters well. Nigerians will continue to be business-minded. Ghanaians are now also catching up in business. I'm saying this based on facts. When you look at the business between Nigeria and Ghana, the pendulum sways in favor of Nigeria in terms of the things that they bring here and all this. So that means that they are more aggressive in terms of business. And then Ghanaians have a lot of things that Nigerians also need. Even the simple thing is even Gari. Nigerians eat more Gari than we do here. And then even the condo and all those things. People do a lot of business to Nigeria. So when you're affecting a Nigerian here, know that there is your brother on the other side that can also be affected. And so we need to be sure that we need to be careful how we handle our name. Not only even Nigerians, every foreigner. As long as the foreigner is a legitimate business, please, you need to allow him. Do you understand? Because there is a proverb in the Akan language. Say, you can't develop your town alone. We use foreigners to build a nation. So I want to see that kind of cordial relationship between Ghana. Since my student days, anytime we go to the international level as student leaders, our friends and allies are Nigerians.
Okay.
When we're going to push,
you connect
to Nigerians easily.
Okay.
Because we speak the same language. We have more cultural similarities, you know, and so the food they eat there, we virtually eat the same thing here. You know, even history shows us that even cassava was brought from there to this place. We have improved it and all those things. So those are things that connect us. There are more things that connect us than divide us, and I think that those are the things we should be looking at as Ghanaians vis-a-vis the Nigerians, and where they are going to cross the lines, we'll correct them. The same way when I go to Nigeria and a Ghanaian is crossing the line, we need to go check it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it is important that we realize that if we are not careful, we can destroy that diplomacy between us and Nigeria. And it is sad that I didn't want to mention this, but do you know that when even our previous government came, that a lot of our even properties abroad was sold, even one in Nigeria.
Yeah,
sold it.
Yeah.
How can you do this? How can you go to this low? That's what I'm saying, that every sector was touched, and was touched in the negative way. And I don't think that we want to go back to that low. Do you understand? We wish them well in their attempt to reorganize their mangled party. You wish them well, but they should know that it will take time. The rush will not help them. They should take their time.
I wonder what are the clear objectives you have set for yourself now? I know there'll be a whole learning experience for you.
That's right.
But do you have any objective things you would like to remember? You like to a legacy you would like to leave there?
I want to go and see an improved trade, partnership between Ghana and Nigeria.
Okay.
There are a lot of things we need from Nigeria. Do you understand? Gas, petroleum products, whatever. Do you understand? I want to see an improved trade relationship. The briefings I've had that we are even having serious accommodation problem in Nigeria for even our staffs.
For the diplomatic staff?
Yes, there. Dilapidated houses and all those things. You know, that's why the vision of the president is to bring in what we call STRIDE, strategic transition from renting to ownership, some sort of thing like that. So that how can you believe that we use over $50 million to pay rent for our embassies across the country, across the world? $50 million
for rent alone.
We have 75 missions abroad. We spent on rent $50 million plus every year. I don't think that we will need to continue. Do you understand? That's what the president has given us. You see, for the first time, when you are appointed an ambassador or a high commission or a consul or whatever, you go and operate within the general framework of diplomacy and all those things, and maybe you keep in mind your policies from your country, Ghana. But now, the president has set up a whole unit, and they prepared a whole booklet like this big file, big one, which is our KPIs, key performance indicators. So now we have a marking scheme. It's not like we're going to do business as usual. Now the president will have a marking scheme upon which is going to mark people.
Okay. That they used to assess you.
They assess you.
Okay.
Whether you are deserving to keep your post or not. The president has a marking scheme. KPIs. We have the general KPIs, we have country-specific KPIs. So now when you go and with timelines, so it tells you that we are resetting everything, including our diplomatic missions. So you go now, you have your KPIs, your marking scheme. You know that within 6 months I have to achieve this. Within 18 months I have to achieve this. Within 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, I have to achieve this. We have full KPIs, big booklet like this. So it's not going to be business as usual again. And that's why you see that this year we have a lot of young men going on the missions, going on the missions to send the reset agenda out there. So I believe that with the vision that the president has set for us, and the sort of leadership he's providing for all of us, and then the sort of hardworking our minister, the foreign minister, is also putting up. Okujeto is also doing wonderfully well. Of course, I think that when you look at our ministers, if a country can perform with 60 ministers and do this well, then you know that the reset agenda is really, really going well. So with young guys in charge and people going there, I believe that inshallah we will all go and make Ghana proud and also ensure that we achieve all the things that have been set for us.
Before you go, I'll take you back to national politics before you go. The first one, the approach to fighting Galamsey. You have been MP for Akwatia.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best way?
When you Google 2017, Baba Jamal and Galamsey, I gave some advice when Nana Kuvari took over, when they started sending the military into the system, catching the people, that they were going to stop Galamsey by force and all this thing. I gave them some advice. I wish it is before us here. One of the things I advised that I don't believe in this strategy of using military men and chasing people in the bush and all this. I don't believe in that.
You don't?
I don't.
But there's a need to deal with the illegality.
No, maybe let me put this way. I don't believe that is the only way.
Okay.
I think it must be done together with some serious resetting agenda of because you see, the mine, the people will continue to mine. It is how they mine which is the problem.
Okay.
Do you understand? As for the gold, we can't leave it in the ground.
Okay.
But as to how they do it and the effect of it is what is important.
Okay.
You cannot have people mining gold and destroying the waters. It's not right.
Okay.
You cannot have people mining and giving effects, destroying the forest reserves and whatnot. You cannot. So what do you need to do? You need to put in policies. And sadly, and I think that was what this government wanted to do. And sadly, we lost 4 ministers out of 4 government officials out of that, and another 2 other military people. Because the program they were going was to go and show some policies of how to organize mining in this country in a better way. But they lost them. So I think that approach will help. Whilst you are stopping people, especially from the rivers and the forest. When a person is mining miles away from the river and the forest, why should you stop him? Once he has his required papers, let him do it. Do you understand? But I have a problem when the person goes to stand in the river and is destroying the river. I have a problem. I have a problem when somebody goes into the forest reserve and is mining. I have a problem. But you see, the solution does not lie in chasing everybody around. And that when you look at what they are doing, in chasing everybody around with military. Because you see what happens. Do you know that a lot of people, when the military and the police and whatever they go, sometimes they rather go and even make money out of the people and then go away. Do you understand? So it is better we all sit down, and I think that that's what the government has done. We take our time and look at what are the policies. If the person is in the forest reserve and you go and catch him, I have no problem with you. If he's destroying the river, you catch him, I don't have a problem with him. But now it's like there is no like there's no difference as to where you are. Whether you are in the forest or in the river, or you are in a safe place, or you are mining in a place, even in a concession that has been legally been given to you, everybody is arrested. And that's what I am not in favor of. Okay. I think that we need to be careful who we go for. If we are protecting the rivers, and I agree with Boa. I just saw one paper where Boa is saying that you keep off the rivers, otherwise you pay for it, which I agree with him. If you stay in the river, I'll have a problem with you. But if you don't go near the river, you are not in the river bed, if you are not in the forest, if you are in a demarcated area, go through the process, get your license, let them do it. And a lot of the boys, they will tell you that we even initiated this community mining thing and all these things. These are all things, policies that we need to perfect and use to make sure that our people, let me tell you, if you want to stop Galamsey today, you see people sit in Accra and talk. If you stop Galamsey today, you are denying over 2 million people their livelihood. Straight away. If you add even children and other dependents, you will go around 3 to 4 million people in the gold business. You see, when you talk of gold business, the thing is only here. It strikes all the way to Western region. It strikes all the way to a Northern region. Upper East, Upper West. They are all miners there. The number is huge. And not only the miners. Every mine, one mine comes along with fuel purchase, come along with people who sell water, come along with people who sell food, come along. It's a whole industry. So when you set up one mine here, the real workers of the mine may be around maybe 100. But you can be sure that about 300 people would remain on the mine. The sellers, the workers, the whatever, whatever. Do you know that when sometimes people, we are changed all these people, a lot of the filling stations in the mining area collapsed. Yes. Some of the filling stations in the mining area depend solely on the purchases from them. Purchases from the mine. If you take away the purchases from the mine, what they will make cannot sustain that business. So it is important that we use what we call the carrot and stick strategy. Whilst you are giving the carrot, you use the stick to ensure that you check them. Do you understand? And that has been my position. Even when MPP came, I told them, and do you know, when you stop this thing, do you know the crime that you are going to bring into the system? Most of these mines always buy weapons and whatever to protect their mines. And once you stop them, you are going to release some serious crimes on the street. So we have to look at all these things holistically. The only people I think that we should make sure they don't go into the bush with our people to compete with our people are the foreigners, the Chinese, the Asians, the Indians, the white in there who have decided to now go down to even do small scale mining. Those things, if you check them, I agree. But not Ghanaians who are doing the small scale mining that their livelihood lives on it. We need to look at it properly. And I think that this government has shown the way it has started making sure with even the establishment of the Go Board and all those things, and also with the idea of bringing this community thing. And I think that gradually we'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And let me say hello to my family and my friends, especially in Ayawasu East, Nima, where a lot of them are listening to you because when you send me the flyer, it's there. I want to send a special thanks to Mahama Center and its members, Baba Alaji, Musa, Haji Akande, a lot of people. I can't mention everybody's name. Bernard, Humu, Safia, all those people, Latif, Malco. And please, anybody I don't mention your name, don't fight me because the names are many. And then our chairman, who is Uru, he is also there, and then all the secretaries around. I want to say a big thank you to all of them and their support. I also thank Ghanaians and thank especially the president for reposing that confidence in me. You know, Nigeria is one of our biggest missions. In fact, I think it's about the third.
Okay.
After US, UK, I think the next is Nigeria. So for the president to repose that confidence in me, I want to thank him very much and also assure him I'm going to do my best and assure all Ghanaians that Baba Jama will do his best for the country. I will raise the flag of Ghana high, inshallah, and then we are all very sure that at the end of the day, our country will get to where we want it to get. We can do better for this country, all of us. You sitting here, everybody, we can do better. Ghana has the people to raise this country. It's just that unfortunately we were sent back some 50 years, but we will recover. We'll recover, inshallah.
His Excellency, we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
We wish you all the best. He is heading to his post as Ghana's High Commissioner to Nigeria. Baba Jama Esquire. Thank you. Thank you for the time. Well.